What's up, veterans, military service members? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Off the Battlefield podcast presented by Veterans Claim Servants. Today, we are talking about what is Agent Orange, how to get presumptive VA disability benefits. Before we get going, like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, share this out with someone that can use this information and know that you matter, my friends. You matter. Thank you for your service to our country. We are veterans serving veterans. I'm going to get right into it. What is Agent Orange? If you're a Vietnam veteran, thank you for your service. You have a special place in my heart. I've been able to hear a lot of Vietnam veterans, and I have a huge, like I said, special place in my heart for you guys. So I want to dive into this a little bit. If you're listening, and you're a spouse of a Vietnam veteran, or you are a Vietnam veteran and you're hearing this, thank you for your service during Vietnam. And one thing I cannot stand is that I do not think that you guys got the proper treatment upon your discharge. You didn't have the systems in place and the technology to for the benefits that are out there now. And some people just got out, you sucked it up, you dealt with it. Your chain of command wasn't really talking about VA disability benefits in 1969, 1970 during the time of that Vietnam War. So you get out, you just suck it up, you deal with it, you go right into civilian life, and you've seen so many things, you've been exposed to so much, and then the 2000s hit, and now you're dealing with a cancer or something horrible, and you're having flashbacks about your time in the jungles of Vietnam, and you never got the help that you need. So I think it sucks, and it's a disservice to our Vietnam veterans. However, the cool thing is that there are presumptive conditions, and Agent Orange is one of that, and that's what I'm here to talk to you today about. So, understanding the nature of Agent Orange, why it was used, and the long-term health effects it causes is essential in securing the presumption VA disability benefits you've rightfully earned. So let's get right into it and talk about it. So let's start a good foundation here. What is Agent Orange? It's a potent herbicide and defoliant chemical prominently used by the U.S. military during the Vietnam War from 1961 to 71. Named after the orange stripe on its storage barrels, it was a mixture of two chemicals, 2-4-D and 2,4,5-T. The production of 2,4,5-T resulted in a dangerous byproduct called dioxin, better known as TCDD, a highly toxic compound linked to numerous health issues. This information is going to be in the description of this video. The purpose and usage of Agent Orange was utilized to remove dense foliage that could hide enemy troops and to destroy crops that could be used to sustain them. Approximately 20 million gallons of various herbicides, including Agent Orange, were sprayed over Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and over Vietnam during this period. Okay, so that's what Agent Orange is. That's why it was used. Those were the areas that it was used in: Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Now, what are the health effects of Agent Orange exposure? Exposure to Agent Orange and its dioxin contaminant has been associated with severe problems: diabetes, neurological disorders, skin disorders. The worst is cancer, reproductive issues, respiratory issues. Okay, so those 6 things Agent Orange has been connected to. The toxic effects of dioxin can persist in the environment and accumulate in the food chain, leading to long-term health consequences. So what is the impact that it had on our veterans? And if you're listening now, you Vietnam veterans, many Vietnam veterans who were exposed to Agent Orange have suffered from these health conditions. The VA has recognized 44 conditions, 44 as presumptively service connected due to Agent Orange exposure, meaning that veterans with these conditions are eligible for disability compensation and healthcare benefits. Okay, so what is presumption, right? You're around Agent Orange, you're in the right area during that time. So you're in Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and you were exposed to Agent Orange, and it means that it does not need to be in your active duty medical records. And chances are, Vietnam veterans, you probably don't have your active duty medical records or your full STRs, your full file jacket. However, so it can be presumed that since veteran A or B was in Cambodia, Laos, or Vietnam during that time frame and you were exposed to it, and now you have a cancer or a reproductive issue or something of that nature, or a skin issue, that because you were there, we can presume that you that this was directly correlated to Agent Orange. Okay. Um, this was made because not all veterans were given fair treatment and do not have their medical records. Okay, so it's very important to understand Agent Orange, what the presumption is, and the presumptive disability conditions. Okay. The VA presumes, again, that certain diseases are linked to Agent Orange exposure for veterans who served in specific locations and times. A presumptive disability for Agent Orange exposure is one that the VA presumes to be service connected, even if there's no specific nexus, link, or connection for service connection. A presumptive condition works like this: if you served at this location during the qualifying period and develop this condition, as a result, then X plus Y equals automatic service connection. Okay. So if you served at Vietnam during the qualified period and developed a skin issue as a result, then because you're in Vietnam, you got the skin issue. Now it should be automatic service connection. Remember, when you do submit in for presumptive condition like Agent Orange in that skin condition or that cancer, make sure you provide up-to-date medical evidence as well too. Okay. Don't just not give them anything. You need to show that you've been up to date getting treated because of this skin issue or dermatological issue and stuff. So instead of having to prove service-connected disability, you only need to show with your DD-214 that you were deployed to an eligible location for Agent Orange exposure during a specific period and that you developed a qualifying condition as a result. But again, always send as much proof as possible. It's not going to hurt you. Okay. There's 44 conditions, and they will be in the description of this video, from, leukemias to soft part sarcoma, all the way down to type 2 diabetes, and unfortunately cancer. To verify eligibility, service requirements for presumption of Agent Orange exposure. Eligibility for this compensation benefit hinges in part on whether you served in a location that exposed you to Agent Orange, so Vietnam, Laos, or Cambodia. This is known as having a presumption of exposure. You qualify for a presumption of exposure if you meet any of the following service requirements: service location and timeframes. Okay. So for Agent Orange, between January 9th, 1962 and May 7th, 1975, you must have served in the Republic of Vietnam or aboard a U.S. military vessel operating in the inland waterways of Vietnam, or on a vessel operating no more than 12 nautical miles seaward from the demarcation line of the waters of Vietnam and Cambodia. Based on the PACT Act, you must have served at any U.S. or Royal Thai military base in Thailand from January 9th, 1962 through June 30th, 1976, or in Laos from December 1st, 1965 through September 30th, 1969, in Cambodia and Guam or American Samoa, at Johnston Atoll, or on a ship that called at Johnston Atoll from January 1st, 1972 through September 30th, 1977. All of that will be in the description of this video, because I just gave you a mouthful and you're probably not going to be understanding all that. Additional qualifications are: you can qualify if any of the following are true. You served in or near the Korean DMZ between September 1st, 1967 and August 31st, 1971 for any length of time. You served on active duty in a regular Air Force unit where a C-123 aircraft with traces of Agent Orange was assigned and had repeated contact with this aircraft due to your flight, ground, or medical duties. You were involved in transporting, testing, storing, or otherwise using Agent Orange during your military service. You were a reservist assigned to a certain flight, ground, or medical crew duties at specific locations and times. Eligible reserve location, time periods, and units are Westover Air Force Base in Massachusetts, Pittsburgh International Airport, Pennsylvania, Lockbourne Rickenbacker Air Force Base in Ohio. Okay. So anyways, that's very, very important. The necessary documentation that you need to send in with your claim is service records, medical records, exposure evidence. Service records prove that you served in Vietnam or other specified locations during the relevant time. Give your DD-214 and any other pertinent records. Medical records provide evidence of diagnosis and treatment for the presumptive condition. right? So up-to-date evidence, like I told you earlier, exposure evidence, any records or personal statements supporting your exposure to Agent Orange. Then you want to file your claim, right? File it online, visit the VA's website. How to file a claim is in the description of this video, right? And follow the instructions. If you want to do it in person, go to a qualified legal person at a VA regional office, seek help from a VA accredited attorney, claims agent, or VSO organization. Okay. Then you're going to more likely than not get a CMP exam. Right after submitting your claim, they're going to fill out the disability benefits questionnaire for the condition that you filed for, cancer, skin condition, neurological order, respiratory issue, whatever that is. And then you're going to await the decision. The VA will get back that disability benefits questionnaire. The VA will review your claim, medical records, and CMP exam results to make a decision. This process can take several months. Right now, as of the recording of this video, the VA has taken around 125 to 150 calendar days from submission to decision, give or take. I can't give you an exact timeline. You will receive a rating decision by mail. If you want to see it quicker, have your va.gov or that VA mobile app on your phone, and you can find out your decision quicker than waiting on the snail mail. If you need to and you don't get the income that you want, appeal if necessary. If it's a duty to assist error or they're just flat out wrong, do a higher level review. If you need to provide additional evidence, read that rating decision letter, read it in its thoroughness, read it with thoroughness and in its entirety, and make sure that you get the documents that you're probably missing. If it's a nexus or a link or anything like that, there are doctors in the description of this video that you could reach out to me, that we can talk to see if an appeal is necessary. The appeal process can be complex, so consider seeking assistance from a VA accredited representative if you do need that, okay? So again, today, what is Agent Orange and why was it used? We discussed that. How can you know if you're exposed to Agent Orange? What are the symptoms of Agent Orange? How do you apply for VA disability benefits for conditions related to Agent Orange? What documents do you need? What is a presumptive condition in the context of Agent Orange? What new conditions and locations have been added under the PACT Act? There are 44 of them as of the recording of this video. What documents are needed to support your Agent Orange disability claim? What if you have a condition that's not on the Agent Orange presumptive list? And what happens if your VA disability claim for Agent Orange exposure is denied? We've discovered all of that and talked about all of that today. And just know that one thing I want to leave you with is, can family members of veterans affected by Agent Orange receive benefits? Yes, you can. Dependents and survivors of veterans who died from a condition related to Agent Orange exposure may be eligible for dependency and indemnity compensation, DIC compensation. Additionally, children of exposed veterans with certain birth defects might also qualify for benefits. So you can find out about that. We can talk about second generation Agent Orange symptoms, which we will in another video. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your service to our country. Vietnam veterans, you have a special place in my heart. Service members, survivors of Agent Orange, veterans. Sorry if you are going through anything, battling through anything. I'm going to be doing another video on second generation Agent Orange symptoms, and I'll be talking about that. But again, thank you for your service to our country. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate your service. We are veterans, serving veterans. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. And again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Off the Battlefield podcast presented by Veterans Claim Servants. Thank you. Till next time, I am out.